Welcome back. We are covering top 25 companies to work for in the next 10 years. If you got to work, work for the best. And we're covering number 4, in my opinion, today, which is Coinbase. And before we get started, do me a favor, as always, if you wouldn't mind just taking a few brief seconds and clicking the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you're listening to or watching this content on. I greatly appreciate it. It lets the platform know that you appreciate it and rewards me by helping to promote it as well. And then it also encourages me as well. So again, we're covering Coinbase today. And so for those of you who may not know what Coinbase is, it's a cryptocurrency exchange, okay? And they were the first one to go public back, I don't know, I want to say in May or June, sometime around then. It was one of the biggest IPOs and valuations for an IPO that there has been. And again, I think that if you don't know what an IPO is, it's an initial public offering. So basically, you'd be listed on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, and so they have their own ticker. So what that means, though, and the reason I like them, I think they have like 56 million Coinbase accounts and individual users that they serve, and so. A couple of good things about them. I do like their platform. Their fees are much higher than a lot of the other ones. But I like Coinbase, and I like Coinbase Pro because it allows you to purchase limit orders on the Coinbase Pro, which is nice, right? You can kind of set it and forget it. So if you have a position and you're long-term holder of a particular coin, or hodler as they call them in the space, you can basically set your price so that if it hits, and that it'll automatically execute that order for you, which is really, really nice, especially when a lot of these exchanges, when things are just on fire and going crazy, which I think that we're about to get into another major bull run based on everything I'm hearing from all the technical analysts. Sometimes these exchanges will crash, including Coinbase, and it's just because of a volume and a user standpoint. So it's one of those things where you might want to really consider using it for that aspect as well. But another really big thing, and one of the big reasons I really like Coinbase, is that it's probably going to be the most secure exchange out there in terms of being hacked potentially, and the reason for that is because they are publicly traded now. So for them to be hacked now while they're publicly traded, their stock would take a big impact in negatively, right? And again, I think that they've really beefed up their security, and number one. And then the second reason, they also fall now, because they're publicly traded, under the Security and Exchange Commission, and I'm not a huge fan of the SEC at all. I think it's really nepotistic, and it really caters to the banking cartel and one huge banking cartel entity in particular. I'm not going to say it here, but again, I think that it's one of those things where you really need to consider that as well on whatever exchange you're working for. But because there's oversight by the SEC, which is a government entity, and the chairman at this time is Gary Gensler, appointed by the president, there's that extra layer of oversight. So if something like that goes wrong, you're going to have government eyes on it, not only from the SEC and FINRA, but also from the government, right? And all the senators and congressmen and the political folks that are in our government. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. And again, before you go, though, do me a favor and click the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you're, again, listening or watching this on. Again, I greatly appreciate it. It's free to do. It only takes a couple of seconds, and lets the platform know and lets me know that you appreciate the content. And we will talk to you at the next video.